What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking it outside because I am super ready for that warm weather and just enjoying everything outdoors. So today I am partnering with Cricut to bring you some really awesome DIY summer patio decor ideas. Let's go. If this is your first time here, welcome and thank you so much for joining me and tuning in today. I'm Araceli. This is Araceli Chan DIY. This channel has a little bit of everything, but most of all, I like to keep it casual just because, you know, why not? So if you guys think this would be a good fit for you, I would love for you guys to stick around by subscribing to my channel and hitting the bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. So like I mentioned, in today's video, I did partner with Cricut, but I am also making stuff that you don't necessarily need a Cricut to make these things. So I'll be sharing like one Dollar Tree DIY and then like incorporating a Cricut DIY in there. And I love to mention this every single time I try to make a video. If you guys don't have a particular supply or a tool or this or that, you guys, there's always a way to make it your own way or make it your own without using exactly what I'm using, and that's the beauty of this DIY world. It's do it yourself, do it to your liking, do it to your taste, and of course do it to what you can afford and what you can get. I hope that makes sense. On the first DIY, I did want to make a planter that was gonna be withstanding the elements. So a lot of the times I do just use my hot glue gun and just hot glue, just depending on the project that I'm doing. Definitely if you want to make decor for the outside, use a glue that's going to be heavy duty for it. So either E6000 glue or super glue or whatever it is. In today's case, I am going to be using my hot glue and then also iron grip adhesive, and I feel like I think I either purchased that at Lowe's or Home Depot. You guys could probably find it at either one. So I'm going to start out with these 4 frames from Dollar Tree. These are newer to my Dollar Tree, and I actually really like just like the wood grain look on it. I'm not going to paint them or anything like that, but I will be taking out the back and then also the little tabs, so I just have the frames by themselves. And again, use whatever type of glue that you choose, but in this case I did decide to use more than just my hot glue, and you guys will see why. See, that's why, because as soon as it dried, it fell apart on me. So I'm going to be using my iron grip adhesive that I wasn't planning on using, but I had it next to me just in case. I'm feeling you could be the one. I see no reason why I should ever let you go. Don't wanna wake up if I'm dreaming, because you know I can't get enough. Once it's all glued, I went ahead and used my little clamps just to clamp it together and it wouldn't fall apart on me, and that way it gives it time to dry and time for me to be able to put my planter in there. You guys will notice that that planter is from Dollar Tree. I just used some chalkboard spray paint to give it a nice black coat, and then add whatever type of greenery you want. I'm just gonna add this planter. If you want to see how I made that, make sure you check out the video in the description down below. Alright, so moving on to the next DIY, it's going to be super easy. We're just going to be revamping a Dollar Tree mat. Okay, so I'm not really sure why I didn't show you the mat beforehand, but you guys have seen these Dollar Tree mats on other videos, I'm sure. And then I will also be taking some cardstock. In this case, I am going to be using my Cricut, and I'm going to be using one of my longer Cricut mats. They do have them in different sizes. And once I put my cardstock on there, this is just going to be used as a stencil. You guys could probably try to use like the vinyl or iron-on and try it out and see if it works, but I'm just gonna go about it this way. So going into my design space, I'm just gonna design my design. So if you guys can see there, I am going to be using this cottage style font to put my patio vibes on there. And what I did here is I just highlighted it and ungrouped all the letters. That way I can, you know, change the size and then like the layout of how I want the words to look. I don't wanna wake up. I don't wanna wake up. I don't wanna wake up without you, baby, without. Alright, now that I have more or less how I want my word to look, I am going to weld it so that it all cuts in one piece when you go to cut it. You guys see that little lock I just clicked on? That allows me to stretch out the letters to make them wider or taller, you know, and making sure that it fits into the scale that I want. And I'm just going to go ahead and print it into my cardstock and put it into my machine to cut it. Alright, so now I'm going to take my cardstock off, but because the whole print is in cursive, there are some pieces that are not going to be sticking down like I had hoped, but that's okay. I will be taking some cardboard and just covering the mat that I don't want any spray paint on, and then just taking some white spray paint. Just go ahead and use your or spray it over your stencil. The only thing that I noticed is that when they delivered my paint, they delivered gloss paint and not matte paint. I would highly recommend using like a flat paint. And then just because, again, I didn't have the little pieces to cover that, I just went over it with a marker.
I wouldn't know what to do. Sometimes I forget to breathe. I'm looking in your eyes. Wish you could see the things I see. I don't wanna wake up if I'm dreaming, because you know I can't get enough of this feeling you're giving me.
Okay, you guys, so that is an example of something that can happen when you're trying something new. By doing the cursive font, I didn't realize that these little pieces were gonna come out, so it wasn't gonna be an entire piece that I could just like spray paint over. And I mean, you could go through the trouble of placing the little pieces back in instead of drawing them in, but with the spray paint, I tried it with the spray paint, it just kind of flew all over the place. So I just scratched that out and just used a marker again to fill in those spots that you missed with the paint. Alright, so coming on to the next DIY, it's probably one of my most favorite from today's video, and I actually have made something like this before. So we're going to do like a tabletop lantern using the little tiki canisters from Dollar Tree. Again, I have done this before and I wanted to change it up a little bit so it's easier to put the canister in and take it out, because I remember that was like one of the biggest issues that I had the first time I did it. People were wondering how they were supposed to refill it if I had added rocks in it. So in this video, it's going to be just as cute but more simple. Okay, so we're going to be taking just a regular old bowl from Dollar Tree and then also a margarita glass and the little tiki torch canister. So just gluing this together with some iron grip for it to last, and then also some hot glue just so it adheres to it a lot quicker. And again, if this is going to go outside, if you have humid weather, really hot weather, I would really suggest using some heavy duty glue. And don't mind me bouncing around over there, I'm just dancing. So then I took it outside and I spray painted it with a chalkboard paint. I used chalkboard paint because this was the only paint, flat black paint that I had. I don't like the shiny paints at all. So yeah, just gave it a couple of coats and let it dry.
I don't wanna wake up, don't wanna wake up without you, baby, without. I wouldn't know what to.
Now we're gonna take a piece of foam board and we're gonna trace around the top part of the lamp and just trace it out with an X-Acto knife, and you guys will see exactly what I'm gonna do. This is what's going to give it that rocky look, but you're also gonna be able to insert your canister in there. So once you get that bigger piece out, go ahead and trace the canister, and then you trace it from the bottom, okay? So once you cut that piece out, you're gonna insert it right into it, and it's not going to go in or out because it has that little edge at the top, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. So now that that's done, you're just going to take some rocks, whatever color rocks you want. I'm just going to take these white ones from Dollar Tree and just hot glue them on there.
what you wanna do. I think we're part of something bigger, and now my mind is filled with you. Oh, you know, oh, you know, oh, you know. Oh, you know, oh, you know, oh, you know. Baby, without I wouldn't know what to. Baby, without you I wouldn't know what to. Oh, you know, oh, you know, oh, you know.
Now I know I will get the comments or the questions of what about the flame, and isn't the foam board flammable and it's gonna burn and this and that. You guys, do it to your own discretion. I don't think that, because, and I only say that because I know, do it to your own discretion. I will do it to my discretion, but I feel like the flame is not that big or potent for it to somehow go over and catch my foam board or anything else on fire. So again, that's at your own risk. So I'm just here for the ideas. All right, let's go on to the next DIY. On this one, you can use any type of pillowcase that you want. If you want to use an outdoor pillowcase, if you want to use a canvas pillowcase, whatever type you want. I will be using one that I ordered from Cricut, and I will also be filling it in with, I think maybe just a pillow, because I don't think I have any pillow filler. So I'm doing my design on Design Space again, and here are the fonts that I'm using. I am writing what happens on the patio stays on the patio. I wanted to do something different, but I actually kind of liked that whole feel. So just whenever you guys are ready, I think I will go ahead and have the link for all of these fonts in the description. So I'm just gonna go on there and print it onto my patterned iron-on. And the pattern iron-on is a little glossy. We're gonna go ahead and flip it face down, and then when I print it out, I am gonna mirror it, because when you iron something, you wanna make sure that once you flip it around, it's gonna iron on the correct way. So anyways, just putting it on my mat, and then once it's all printed out, I will be taking my Easy Press to take out all the wrinkles on my pillowcase, and that way the design is gonna go on there like nice and smoothly. So yeah, just, oh, look at my hubby, give me some kisses, give me them kisses, boy. All right, so taking out all the wrinkles, now I'm just gonna take my design and then take it off my mat and then place it onto my pillowcase. The only thing here is that I thought I had just like a solid color for the font, but I only had the patterned iron-on, which is okay. I think it looks just fine. It's a flowered pattern anyway. So just following the instructions for the Easy Press, and then the material that I'm using, just literally ironing it right on there, and then I'm gonna stuff it with some pillows.
You were my best friend, didn't care about the rules, good on the weekends. I'll be in fools, drifting to deep space, so brave and so stupid, just like the movies. I was gonna stay in the fight with you, just thinking we would do this until we couldn't do it, each and every high, every night with you.
For this next DIY, I'm taking one of these wheels from Dollar Tree. These are very, very new to my Dollar Tree. And then also some of these plates. These do come in a pack. I don't remember exactly how many come in a pack, but I'm just gonna hot glue these onto the top of the wheel. And on the back, I am gonna be putting a lot of hot glue just to make sure that these don't fall right off. And again, you can use whatever other type of glue that you decide to use depending on your climate. Once that's all glued, I am gonna be taking this Rust-Oleum Stone Textured Spray Paint. And you guys, I noticed that the slower you go on this, or the lighter the strokes on the spray can, the easier this goes on there. Because if you do it just all crazy and fast, all the little textured whatever stuff is coming out of it, it's just gonna slip and slide. So just make sure you take it easy. And then I think I did about 3 or 4 coats on this just to make sure that it's on there really nice. So I'm just gonna leave this one as is. You guys can add anything else on there that you'd like. If you decide to glue on maybe some little pots, like the little ceramic pots, and put some greenery in there, but I'm just gonna leave it like that. All right, so this next one is technically not decor, but it could fit into decor. I'm gonna make it camouflage and make it look a little bit nicer. I'm gonna be using a styrofoam ice chest from Dollar Tree. It's just a small one, and this one you can put ice in it, you can put your drinks, but I also want it to look nice, so that when we are out there and we have our drinks in there, it doesn't look all just white styrofoamy. You know what I mean? So again, taking the styrofoam chest from Dollar Tree and then using that same textured spray paint, just gonna give it that nice stone look. And last but not least, since we have our nice little chest for our drinks, we definitely need some coasters. So for the coasters, I will be using ones that I ordered from Cricut, and these are just the squared ones. And then I will also be using some transfer ink that I will go ahead and iron on to my coasters. Going on to my design space again, I'm just gonna add a square on here, and I'm just gonna change up the size on it, and I am gonna duplicate it because I'm gonna be printing out 4 of these, so I want them to be the exact same. Don't mind me switching colors here and there from gray to green to black. The colors really doesn't matter. It was just like for my own mental note. So what I did there was highlight it, and then I went to the bottom and I sliced it. Well, I welded the word to make sure that it came out in one piece, and then I sliced it. When you slice it, you can go ahead and take your design right off of there, so it's gonna leave like that hollow font. You guys will see the first one coming down and then the second coming down. So when you print it, it's gonna print around the actual word. You guys will see what I mean. And then, yeah, just following the instructions to make it, and then also following the instructions on the transfer sheets. The transfer sheets do have to go with the pattern up, okay? You still have to mirror your image just to make sure that when you put it face down, the word is actually, you know, in the correct way or going the correct direction. And then just using my easy press, just gonna iron that right on there. And you can use your easy press mat. I did that on the second, third, and fourth ones, just because this actually came out really hot. And what I didn't realize is that my pattern is sort of camouflagey, so it's kind of hard to see the word, but you know what? It's all right. We're gonna put our drinks on there anyway. All right, you guys, so we have come to the end of the video. I would really love to know which one was your favorite project. I really liked the lantern. And then if you don't have a Cricut, how do you guys think you could recreate something like this? Because being crafty and being creative and all of that, it's all about knowing how to work with the materials that you have. I am thinking of possibly doing a Cricut Joy giveaway. I just have to figure out how this is gonna go for a little bit. So if you think that a giveaway for a Cricut is a good idea, let me know. It would definitely not be sponsored. This video is sponsored, but I would actually buy the Cricut myself and do a giveaway on that. Still thinking about it. It's not set in stone. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. All right, you guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you did enjoy this video, like always, your thumbs ups, your comments, your shares truly help my channel out, and it'll especially help out that Cricut giveaway if I do decide to do one. So you guys know what to do. That's it. I will see you guys. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you. Subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.